Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. Donny van der Beek is officially a Manchester United player, and we can now welcome him to Old Trafford as Manchester United's first signing of the summer, coming in a deal worth around £35 million with a few million more in add-ons. Represents an absolute bargain for Manchester United in this transfer window for a 23-year-old central midfielder who's experienced in the Champions League, who's won the Eredivisie title with Ajax and played a leading role in a team that grabbed so many headlines when they went on their way to the Champions League semi-final, getting great results against the likes of Real Madrid, Juventus along the way. Obviously, Donny van der Beek, one of those players alongside Frankie de Jong and Matic de Ligt that were destined for greater things. And Donny van der Beek has finally got his move after it looked like he was destined for Real Madrid with a deal that was agreed in January. Coronavirus saw that one thrown on the scrap heap, and Donny van der Beek back on the transfer market. And Manchester United have leaped and got their man and have signed the Dutch midfielder. We've got a few Dutch legends with the word Van in their name: Van Persie, Van der Sar, Van Nistelrooy. So many down the years have come in and done their bit for Manchester United in their history, and hopefully this can be another one of those Manchester United legends that comes from Holland but still has it all to do, and will come into a midfield that's absolutely chock-a-block. When you look at Matic, McTominay, Fred, Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, and you look at the position that Donny van der Beek would prefer to play in, which is the number 8 or the number 10 position. Obviously, when United play a 4-2-3-1, we play with 2 8s, so you can get him in there. But in the bigger games, will he be able to hold in that in a midfield three, or will he just be representing backup and rotation for those guys? Whatever it means for him in terms of his starting time and where he fits into the team, whatever it means, Manchester United's midfield and the squad depth just got a whole lot better. There's been times when we've been struggling when Paul Pogba was injured, before Bruno Fernandes came to the club. You know, we were relying on Scott McTominay and Fred to step up for Manchester United, but bringing in someone like Donny van der Beek is an absolute quality signing that strengthens that team a little bit more, and it's a great start to United's business. It's been a slow summer so far for Manchester United. We thought we were going to get Jadon Sancho first through the door, but Donny van der Beek's the one that has come in, and we'll be getting the reaction from the player, from the manager, from Manchester United, from the official releases and everything that's coming through. It's been a pretty below par introduction from Manchester United, with no official pictures of him in a shirt. They've just got graphics and those kind of things and artist impressions of Donny van der Beek in a Manchester United shirt. They unveiled him with just like a GIF video, so we haven't seen him go to the lengths that they went to with someone like Alexis Sanchez in terms of this signing and bringing him in through the door with a whole load of fanfare. But we don't need that at the moment. What we need are the right players brought into the club, and Donny van der Beek represents a great bit of business for Manchester United, and we can now hopefully focus on strengthening those other areas of the pitch. We've heard Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted a right winger, wanted a midfielder, wanted a defender. Well, he's got his midfielder now. Will he be going in the market again for a midfielder? I really highly doubt it. I mean, there's been talk about Thiago Alcantara, there's been talk about Jack Grealish. I know Jack Grealish is more of an attacking player, even more so than Donny van der Beek, and he can play in a number of different positions, but I can't see us going into the market for that. It looks like it'll be a defender and potentially Jadon Sancho that comes through the door now for Manchester United. But what a signing this is for the club. He comes in on a 5-year deal, in a deal worth around £36 million with a few million in add-ons. It's a great signing for Manchester United, and we've finally got the deal done. And I like the way we've got this deal done. You know, it hasn't dragged on too long. Yes, we've heard a few rumours over the last couple of weeks and months, but it kicked into gear a couple of days ago, and we've got it wrapped up already, which is great to see. We've known it's been wrapped up for the last 24-36 hours anyway, which is nice from a Manchester United fan perspective. So this is what the club released on their website not too long ago. Manchester United are delighted to confirm the arrival of Donny van der Beek from Ajax. The Dutch midfielder has signed a 5-year contract with option to extend for a further year. Van der Beek came through the ranks of the Ajax youth system making his senior debut in 2015 in a Europa League game against Celtic. Experienced in European competitions, he played a key role as Ajax reached the semi-finals of the Champions League in 2019 and also featured in the 2017 Europa League final against Manchester United. He came off the bench with about 20-25 minutes to go. The Netherlands international contributed 10 goals and 11 assists in 37 games last season before the Eredivisie was curtailed. Donny van der Beek said, "I cannot begin to explain how incredible an opportunity it is to join a club with such an amazing history. I would like to thank everybody at Ajax. I grew up there and I will always have a special bond with the club. I am now ready to take the next step in my career and perform at the highest level, and there is no higher standard than Manchester United. Everyone has told me how amazing the Old Trafford atmosphere is, and I am looking forward to experiencing that once it is safe for the fans to return. This team has some of the best midfielders in the world, and I know that I can learn from them and also bring my own strengths to the group. Having spoken to the manager about his vision for this team, the direction that the club is going in is hugely exciting, and I cannot wait to be a part of that." So those were the words that came from Donny van der Beek after he sealed his move to Manchester United. Now, what's interesting about this press release is Fabrizio Romano a couple of days ago told us that it was a 5-year deal for Donny van der Beek. That's been confirmed by them. He told us the fee, 40 million euros. Today it's came out from the BBC that it's 39 million euros. Here or there, that's the same. We were told that he's spoken to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and found out about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's plans and is excited by them. Now, I know some of these quotes are things that everybody will say, but Donny van der Beek again confirming there that he's spoken with the manager before this move happened. So it's good to kind of see how some of these reports from the reliable journalists do seem to tick all these boxes once the official news comes out. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has said Donny has all of the technical attributes needed to perform in this team and has the personality required to succeed at Manchester United. His ability to see space, time, his movements and read the game all really complement the qualities that we have in midfield, and his arrival really strengthens the depth of talent that we have in the position. Donny's performances in the Dutch league and in Europe have been excellent over the last few years, and we're all looking forward to working with him. So Donny van der Beek is officially a Manchester United player. Now, no confirmation of what shirt number he will wear, although it has been reported that he will wear the number 34 shirt in tribute to his friend Nuri, who is obviously, his career got curtailed by his circumstances and his illness that he suffered. So Donny van der Beek paying tribute to him. I think Justin Kluivert wears the same number as well, and a whole host of that era of Dutch players pay tribute to him, which is great stuff. And Donny van der Beek will come to the club with that. He's made 175 appearances for Holland, with 41 goals being scored. He's won the Eredivisie title. He's also won a Dutch Cup, as well as making 10 appearances for the Dutch national side. He's with the Dutch national team at the minute as they prepare for their the Europa Nations League or whatever it is that they're playing at the moment. So Manchester United's first signing is done, diddly done. Let us know what you guys are thinking in the comments. Let us know if you got any super chats. If you can join AdamMcKola TV, get hitting that join button. But get your thoughts in as Donny van der Beek is confirmed as a Manchester United player. We've got Don van der Beek now. We need to get Jadon Sancho, says Fanny Sai. This is a great signing now. We need a right winger, 23-year-old, around 36 million. Good bit of business, says Ross. We need another 2-3 players in this window to challenge. I tend to agree with that as well, David. Great news, Adam. He's a quality player, says Reza. Tian says, who's next, Adam? What's your thoughts? Obviously, I want to focus on the man that we've just signed at the minute. But what my thoughts are in terms of who's next is obviously going to be Jadon Sancho and or that centre-half. I wouldn't be surprised to see United try and get the centre-half signing done so that we can then focus on just getting Jadon Sancho in, because I wouldn't imagine there'd be much business apart from that getting sorted once Manchester United have that done. So Donny van der Beek is a red in a £36 million deal, and he joins the club on a 5-year contract rumoured to be worth around £110,000 per week. Great value for money for Manchester United, and looking forward to seeing him in that red shirt. And it does mean we've got Okay, let's look at it this way. So you've got now in your midfield, let's say Matic, Pogba, Bruno, still your first choice midfield. So now your backup is, for Matic, you can bring in McTominay. For Pogba, you can bring in Fred. And for Bruno, you can bring in Van der Beek. That's great strength in depth, actually, when you look at it and your ability to rotate. Now, I actually think in some games in a 4-2-3-1, especially at home, in games where Man United are going to have 65% possession, 60% possession, I do think you can play a 4-2-3-1 with Pogba, Van der Beek and Bruno. I think you could make that work, especially when you're going to have most of the ball and you're not going to have to rely on defending too much. Van der Beek has the intelligence to be able to play if he needs to in that 6th position, in the 8th position, in the 10th position. So it's a player that's versatile and that knows, when and where to run in and behind and leave his man, and he has that awareness. So it's exciting that it gives us that fluidity, it gives us that flexibility in midfield, it gives us the ability to rest Bruno Fernandes or rest Paul Pogba if we need to, and still have a quality midfield, because we've seen at times, look, Fred, McTominay, especially after the coronavirus break, they were coming in and it was clear Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't really fancy him too much. I know in the Europa League Fred started over Matic, but again Matic was having bad form, and going into the season and you've got Pogba and Bruno who are your dead certs. Matic, who goes on good runs but then occasionally has, he can't play week in, week out. He's going to have a dip in form. Scott McTominay, who, up and down again. Fred, the same. I thought Fred and McTominay were excellent for the first half of the season, but nevertheless, they are very up and down. I understand why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants to make this signing and wants to bring in someone like Van der Beek. So we get absolute quality strength in depth, but we've also got somebody that will be expecting to fight for that spot in the first 11 and will be trying to get in that first 11 for Manchester United. So a fantastic signing, and he fits in with the profile. When you look at Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, when you look at the signings that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has made, they all fit in with a similar profile. Young, hungry players that are going to improve and going to want to come and fight for a first team spot. And that's exactly what they do. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't seem to be wasting any signings, really. Daniel James is one that maybe you could question, but even then, for £15 million as a squad player, was it that bad of a deal? I don't think it was. So I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's business so far has been excellent. And you look at £36 million for Van der Beek, £45 million for Bruno Fernandes. It shows you that if you are shopping around on the market in Europe, you can get quality for reasonable price. I mean, we had to pay £80 million for Harry Maguire. Now, Harry Maguire improved our defence, yes, and he's a quality player, but he's not worth more than Van der Beek and Bruno Fernandes put together, which is what we had to pay when we were shopping in the Premier League and shopping and trying to buy players. And maybe United thought that, with Jack Grealish, and have thought, actually, there's more value for money elsewhere. Let's go there and make that deal happen. David Collins says one more centre mid and a centre back, and I'd be really happy with that. And then another David with a super chat says Thiago 29 northbound wages, maybe 3 years, worth it. I don't get the feeling Thiago Alcantara is going to be coming to Manchester United. I've got a feeling he's going to end up at Liverpool if he does end up anywhere in the Premier League. I'm not really counting on that one. There's been talks that we've spoken with his agents over a potential move, but the reports that we had a bid for him have been knocked back and rejected. So, I don't think we're going to sign Thiago Alcantara, especially after this Donny van der Beek signing, unless one or two of our central midfielders are off. But again, I can't see that happening. There's been talk about Fred potentially being off, and apparently Roma are interested in him as well. And we'll look at those reports later on today at 10:30 p.m. on United Daily Live. But there's talk about Fred potentially leaving, but I can't see Thiago happening. I can't see Thiago happening at all. Not for Man United. Maybe it was something we considered before we made the move for Van der Beek. Maybe we put the feelers out there. Does Thiago want to come United? There wasn't really, an eagerness to come to Manchester United. Maybe they've already got that deal agreed with Liverpool, and United just thought, all right, forget that. Let's go elsewhere and get someone that does want to join the club and is eager to come. That could have been the way that one went down. I don't know, but I don't think that we're going to sign Thiago Alcantara. As much as I think he's a quality player and I'd love to see him sign for the club, I don't think he will. Pradibia says absolutely buzzing with this signing and is watching all the way in Colorado. How about Alaba? Should fit into our team easily, says Pratik. I've not really kept up with the rumours on that one. The last we heard was that he's not leaving Bayern Munich and is not coming to Manchester United anyway, so I know remains to be seen, but there we go. Come on Glazers, fork out the dough and get Sancho, says Brad Sundberg. We all want to see Jadon Sancho coming to Manchester United, and the fact that we've managed to get Donny van der Beek done for a reasonable price means that we should still have the funds there available to make other deals happen. We're hearing about Sergio Romero leaving, Chris Smalling leaving, amongst other players as well, but getting rid of those two players would probably pay for most of Donny van der Beek. So United need to get some players out before we can start seeing more players coming in, but I believe we will start to see that happen over the next couple of days and weeks. United being more active in the market, moving a few more players on and bringing one or two more players in. Fantastic signing though Donny van der Beek is, and welcome him to Manchester United. Can't wait to see him in a United shirt. Obviously the season kicks off September the 19th, so we've got 17 days for United's season to kick off. It's the 12th for everybody else in the Premier League, 19th for us. So looking forward, obviously the season kicking off. We've got one signing through the door. He's going to be with Holland for the Nations League now, so he's going to be keeping up his fitness, hopefully no injuries there, and he can come back to Old Trafford ready to roll and ready to get involved from the start of the season. With Paul Pogba potentially missing the start of the campaign due to his positive coronavirus test, you know, it could be an opportunity for Van der Beek to stake a claim for a place straight away as well and get straight into that first team. But welcome Donny as test stacking firm says in the comments. Parv says, do you think we'll get rid of Andreas Pereira? I do think we'll see Andreas Pereira leave. There were reports from Brazil earlier in the summer which appeared to come from his agent saying that Andreas Pereira was leaving Manchester United and he'd made his mind up to leave the club. And I think when you sign someone like Donny van der Beek and you're linked with someone like Jadon Sancho and there's more blocks being put in the pathway of the first 11 for Andreas Pereira, I think it's clear that he'll want to leave Manchester United. He's moved around before. He's been to various different clubs on loan and all that, so I don't think he'll be scared to make a move or scared to go and join another club. So I do think we'll see Andreas Pereira leaving Manchester United at some point this summer. But obviously, as of now, there's not really any rumours over his departure at all. But this Donny van der Beek one will make a few players start thinking, shall I leave? Shall I stay? Kyle Martinson, thank you for the super chat, mate. We appreciate that one. Bailey says, I think we need more attackers who can be a talisman like Cantona. Still don't see full potential of Marshall or Rashford. Play decrease since he come back from injury. Well, you're not going. Cantonas don't grow on trees, and we do need more attackers in terms that we need a right winger, and when Igalo leaves, we need a striker. But when we get Jadon Sancho, or if we get Jadon Sancho, that frees up Mason Greenwood to then become your backup striker, and he'll get more game time through the middle as well. So that'll be good to him and for him too. Can't wait for Pereira to leave. Who's the ideal 6 that you think we can get? 6 players or number 6? Not too sure there. Maybe you can bring his friend Tagliafico for the left back position, says Tish. Realistically, who do we sign next? Thiago or Dio Upamecano? There's been updates from Germany today that Manchester United aren't actually in for Dio Upamecano, and I don't think we're going to sign Thiago, so probably none of them. But thank you for getting involved anyway, Kyle. So the latest news is Manchester United have confirmed the signing of Donny van der Beek. He has joined the club on a 5-year deal with the option for an extra year on his contract. We've got Diogo Dalot tweeting him and saying welcome to the club, and he's a £35 million signing, which has been tweeted by BBC Sport. So they're saying Manchester United have signed him £35 million, so even cheaper than first imagined. £35 million, an absolute bargain for Donny van de Beek, who comes in as Manchester United's first signing of the summer. Who will be next? We don't know at this time, but obviously whatever happens, we'll keep you up to date here on AdamMcKola TV. We've got United Daily Live up for you later on today at 10:30, so make sure you're joining us for that as well. But yeah, Donny van de Beek is a red. Get your comments in, welcoming him to the club and letting us know where you think he can play. Also in the comments of the video, so not in the live chat, in the comments of the video, there's a link for the latest video on where he will play for Manchester United, or what kind of formations we could play with Van de Beek in the team now that he's a red. Go and check that out as well. Comment your formations and your 11s below that video. And for now, I've been AdamMcKola. We'll be back later on for United Daily Live. I'm out of here.